I'm no good with all these papers and essays and circling answers, so I won't really be able to help you much. But I'm
Nah,
administering some of your tests, so I'll be cheering you on from the sidelines. Make me proud, class.
I don't blame her. I'm not one for the more academic side either. I'd be way more developed and specialized in terms of combat as opposed to the paper side.
Sometimes I lie awake at night and wonder how you became our teacher.
As I recall, aren't you in danger of a lecture by the vice principal if our performance isn't up to par?
Oh, I'm not too worried about that. Most of you tend to get pretty high grades anyway. I can hardly wait to see how well you all do. Remember, the results will be announced next Wednesday. Your scores will be posted on the board by rank, so you can see how you compare to the other classes in your year.
Oh, the sooner this week is over, the better.
I can almost taste the tedium.
I'm not gonna let Emma squeak by me again this time.
Oh, one more thing. They're gonna stick the average score for each class up there on the board, too.
Yikes.
Our class averages? I suppose their intent is to furnish us with motivation in the form of class bragging rights.
Well, I do enjoy a challenge. Anyway, I know it's only noonish, but I think that's enough homeroom for today. You guys can stay here and study, or just head on back to your dorms. Up to you. Prez, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, instructor. Stand, bow.
Genius, what should I do? I could stand to bone up on just about everything, honestly, but my biggest worry right now is math. I wouldn't mind doing a few study sessions with you if you think it would help. I need to review math anyway. I'm not sure how much time I'll be able to spare, though. I mean, that'd be a huge help. My biggest weak spot is Erebonian history, I guess. I doubt that comes as a huge surprise to anyone. I think I understand the material you've gone over directly in class, but there are some finer points. I can aid you with that if you'd like. Though in return, I'd appreciate a fresh pair of eyes to help me revise my military science essay. It'd be my pleasure. Would you like to study with me, Fee? I guess so. Would you two mind if I jumped in too? I could use a little refresher on my classics. Of course, you're more than welcome. Would you like to join us, love? No, I appreciate your invitation, but I'll have to pass this time. It's a subject I need to review in private. I'll see you all later. Huh. Strange. What's up with her? Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but I could have sworn I saw her looking over at Fee. Hey, Breen? Eh? What is it? You heading back to the dorms? You're totally welcome to come and study with us if you want. I wasn't planning on heading straight back. I might come and join you guys in a bit later. Alright then. Perhaps I'll see you later. The day before exams is free. Collecting the certain characters will allow you to study. Oh, cool. When you're at a bonding point, the time will change to evening. So I have to use them all. Interesting. It's never been forced before. The worst part is, I expect them to actually be questions as opposed to just straight cutscene. Let me take a look and... Where's my map? So literally everybody. Okay. I have 3 points. Cool. So bonding points, I assume, increases affinity, as well as possible studying. Looks like Sarah's at the old schoolhouse, but I can't. I wonder if I can interact with her. I'm gonna check it out just for shiggles. Oh, it's raining. Oh, cool. Well, I did say it was a rainy season. I'm actually kind of impressed. Look at that. If you look close, you see the water coming off going down the umbrella. It's actually pretty impressive for a PS3 era. Anyway, on to... I even got the splashing effects and everything. Not bad, gentlemen and ladies. I don't know if there were any ladies working on this team when they made it. I don't know. Oh, it starts already checking out the old schoolhouse? Yep, just a quick peek inside though. We'll be pleased to know there don't seem to be any major changes since last month. I'm totally fine with that. At least that means we can just focus on studying for our midterms then. I really would like to know what's been going on with this building though. Well, whether we ever find out or not all depends on your investigations. Still, I think you guys are edging closer to whatever the truth may be. And you almost seem ready to start using combat links at a more advanced level too. What advanced level? You mean there's more? Oh, your Arcus unit still has plenty of little tricks and features hidden away. The greater the awareness of your link partner, the more effective your combat link will be. But don't take my word for it. Try it out during your next investigation. Sure? I don't really know what she's trying to get at. Alright, who should we study with? I'm thinking... Actually, the first question should be whose link is strong. Basically everybody, except Gaius and Fee, so we should study with them first. So, main building, floor 2, yes. There we go. Oh, are the two of you studying military science? Looks like you guys are tearing through things too. More or less. You caught us just as we reached the signature on military symbols. Care to join us? Yeah. Sure, couldn't hurt. I didn't know a thing about military science until we entered the academy, so I'm not feeling terribly confident. It's not as though most schools teach military alongside literature and math. We're on the same boat here. Either way, we'd be happy to have another person to paddle. Have a seat. Let us begin. Map marking symbols are used to represent an assortment of different units and formations. This is the symbol for infantry. Infantry. So it's a rectangle with an X through it. Green. Try and draw the symbol for headquarters from memory. Gotcha. I'm pretty sure this is it. So it's a rectangle with a line near the top. Guys, think you can draw the symbol for an armored troop? Sure, this should be it. Armored troop is an oval, that makes sense. It looks almost like a tank from top down. I mean, if you imagine a long rectangle in the oval going to one side, it could be like a tank. Now I have a tough one for you. What does this symbol mean? That's engineer, right? You got it. So the E facing down is engineer. Whew, there's so much to memorize for this class, and the fact that we're going in blind makes it even worse. Seems like there were the raw basics too. Given that not all of us will end up involved with the military, it does seem a little excessive. But bear in mind that our military science classes to teach us how to deal with harsh situations effectively. In that sense, there's plenty to learn even if we never find ourselves on the battlefield. That's probably why it's mandatory. If it could save our lives, we owe it to ourselves to do well. Agreed. Ulysses, Gaius, and Reem stayed together for a while longer, continuing to test each other on military science. The bomb with Ulysses and Gaius went up. Alright. Not bad. There it is. Reem and Gaius rank link level 2, finishing blow. Let's see, we can also do... We could check out the Council Prez. Toa's got an exclamation mark. Who do we need to level up? Fee, that's right. Where art thou? Wait, is she inside the building? Not 100% sure. Kinda hard to tell. Yeah, probably not. Oh, the staff. Actually... Oh, there's some exclamation mark here. Crow. Huh. That door's probably locked. Yep. Called it. I don't think that door ever is unlocked. There might be a story mission. Like, it might be a story event when that gets unlocked, but I don't think so. That said... Oh. Here they are. Found them. Are you two going over Erebonian history? I can't memorize things like this, because it's all pointless. Fee, that seems a little harsh. Oh, I know. Why don't you join us, Ring? I'm sure it would make more studying more enjoyable for Fee, too. Sure. Sounds like a good idea to me. The exam is going to be focused on the War of the Lions, right? That's right. Shall we start from the beginning, then? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm way in over my head here. After that, Dracul gathered soldiers from the North Highlands, and in the year 952 of the Septian calendar, he liberated the capital, bringing the war to an end. Excellent. Well done, Fee. I guess it stuck. Incidentally, the war came to an end in July of that year, which is next month, so that's easy to remember. They say it was raining in Heimdall that day, but legend has it that the moment Emperor Dracul steps into the city, the rain stopped. Huh, that's neat. Yeah, it seems like a story that'll stick in my memory. You're a pretty good teacher, aren't you? Well, I'm always using tricks like these to help me remember things. If you're having fun while you study, it makes it that much easier for the material to stick in your memory. Interesting. So that's your method. Well, if you can do it, we can do it too. Shall we finish this stuff off then? Please? Let me stay with Emma and Fee for a while longer, making sure they knew their Erebonian history. Emma and Fee went up. There we go. Ree and Fee are now level 2 with Finishing Blow. I've got one more. I wonder who I should spend it with. Could go Crow. You could go Toa. Elliot, Machias. And then the girls are in the gym. So at this point, it's pretty clear it's going to be in pairs. I'm thinking probably Laura is the lowest, which means that Elisa will also go up. Like, it's not a problem, I suppose. It's trying to get everybody as much as possible. Can I fish in the rain? Oh, we need to turn the fish that I've caught in anyway. Oh, looks like you've become a brown angler. That's proof that you've really racked up the catches. I think you've got potential to go pretty far. Yeah, about that. I don't really get what these titles mean. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, now that you're a brown angler, you can trade your points for new stuff. Even a new fishing rod available this time, so get fishing for more points. Fine by me. It'd be a waste to miss out on a chance to get some better tools. Trade points. Trade with the Lux Rod. I've got a lot of points. Oh, cool. Mute. Oh, it's a 10% chance. That's not great. Can mute or freeze. That's attacks and crafts. It's only 10%, but if that applies to all of my attacks, that could be worth it. Mute or freeze. It might be worth it. Let's see. I don't know if Siri seems like it'd be a little bit more useful because it can freeze too. So the question becomes, what does it do? Where's combat? Help. Combat. Oh, here to mute. Renders the afflicted unable to use arts. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, that said, I've had a pretty good, so far I've had a pretty good track record of breaking enemy arms. But if I get swarmed, it might not be a bad option. Because at that point, it's a numbers game, and I'm on the losing side. I thought they were out here. Are they in the gym? They are in the gym. So I am in the wrong place. Obviously. And that's the auditorium. No. Oh. I had it right the first time. Maybe? You'd think I'd know what the campus is, though. You'd think I would know it by now, but apparently I don't. Oh. Oh, they're above me. Let's say I'm right on top of them. They're actually on top of me. Were you two studying? At least I probably met up with Laura because she was worried about her. Yeah, we both figured we had a lot of art to brush up on. It's probably not our most important subject in the grand scheme of things, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. I've never had to deal with a series of exams right in a row like this. Leads this could very well be tantamount to failure. Would you like to join us, Ring? Yeah, sure. I'd love to. The exam's supposed to be focused on the basics of illustration, right? You got it. Let's get started. How about you ask the first question, Ring? Sure. Okay, first question. Elisa, what is a dessen? I think it's a drawing that makes use of monochrome lines and a varying heaviness to highlight the way light hits its subject. You think correctly. So Laura, what exactly is a sketch? A sketch portrays its subject roughly with very little in the way of detail. Suppose it could be likened to an early first draft of a drawing. That's right. Sketches and dessins are basically two sides of the same coin, but since are used to start painting. The big difference is that dessins usually take some time to finish, whereas sketches are pretty quick. But there's a method that's even quicker and more basic than sketching. Any ideas, Laura? That would be croquis. Croquis? You two know your stuff, but maybe that just means we should be using hard questions to study with. Let me see if I can find some. Hey, Reed, if you want, I can ask the next set of questions. It's hardly affect your studying if you don't get to answer any questions yourself. It's okay, don't worry about it. Just give me a minute here and I'll find you a really good one. Well, if you insist. Maybe we should have expected this. He really is a kind-hearted person. So the three continued their art study. There we go. And time. Oh, it's already time to head home. I didn't even realize because of the rain. Guess I should get ready to head back to the dorms.
Excuse me? I do apologize for stopping you on a rainy day like this. Do you know if this is the building in which I might find the principal's office?
Oh, yeah, you're in the right place. His office is in the East Wing, first floor. The receptionist might have gone home already, but I can show you the way if you'd like.
Thank you for your kindness, but I couldn't possibly trouble you more than I have already. I'll be able to find the way, I'm sure. Well then, if you'll excuse me, Master Reem.
How do you know my name? I mean, I know who she is. I have a guess at who she is.
Wait a minute. How does she know who I am?
Reen?
Hey there, Lisa. Heading back to the dorm?
Yep. Emma and the others are staying a little longer to cram a little more. But I figured I'm not gonna learn much more today, so I might as well call it a night and start prepping for tomorrow.
Right. Well, you're going my way, so what do you say we head back together?
Sure, okay.
The rain seems to be straight lines.
Hey, it's not often the two of us get to walk back to the dorms together, is it?
Well, at least I got something good out of this downpour.
Is there even a filter between your brain and your mouth?
No need for that between friends. But you're in good company. My sister's asked me that before, too.
She must be a saint to have put up with you all these years. Anyway, how do you feel? All prepped and ready for our exams?
Not sure. I gave it the best I've got. Still, I've got that nagging feeling I could have hit the books a little harder. I wish I was as smart as you. Back when we took the entrance exam, only Emma and Makia scored higher than you, right?
Eustace came in a little higher than me, too. Back home, I usually came in near the top in exams. I guess that goes to show that Erebonia has no shortage of smart people.
No doubt about that. Bookworms pour in here from all corners of the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
You said you're from Ruhr, right? Coming out on top in a city that size is still pretty impressive.
I suppose, though that was just at the Sunday school level.
And?
Aren't you curious about, my family and stuff?
You mean the mysterious Alisa R., agent of national intrigue? Well, yeah, of course I am. But you probably have good reasons for keeping it under wraps, so I don't want to pry.
It's not that major or anything. Especially compared to what you and Fee have told us about yourselves.
That's
I've
true.
never really thought my family circumstances were a big deal. Though Fee's past sure came as a surprise. I wonder now, when I look at her, what her life in a Jaeger Corps must have been like.
It seems like Instructor Sarah knows more about her past than we do. Back at
Yep.
the entrance ceremony, I got the impression they'd met before.
Same.
Yeah, sounds right.
Oh, speaking of weird meetings, I ran into someone kind of strange earlier.
Oh?
Yeah, I was talking to her just before you called to me.
Lisa told Lisa about the
A
meet.
maid who knew your name? This isn't the part where it turns out she knows you because you've tried to hit on her in town before, is it?
What?
As if an upstanding guy like me could pull off the Casanova act.
That's
Seemed
true.
a couple years older than us, maybe 20 or so.
A maid in her early 20s.
Something wrong?
No, just thinking. There's no way it could really have been her. Mother keeps her far too busy to find the time to come here. Ahem. Anyway, maybe the upper class dorm has a new hire starting out or something? Though that wouldn't explain how she knew your name. Maybe you're just more popular than you let on.
I doubt that.
If only.
Please, does Rain seem the type to have time for girls? Let's be real here. Next day, first of the 4 grueling days of midterms. Ugh. The war brought to the end by crab baskets. And it was, I want to say it was June, because they said it was about 5 years ago, but not too sure. Uh-oh, I got it wrong. Yep, I should have saved first. Oh, it was a cutscene until I couldn't. Damn it. That was rough. Oh. Rough colored watercolor. Rough color. Which Alright, so dressing is basic lines. I don't remember them going over any kind of color though. Oh no, this is not gonna end well for me. Alright, figure 1 depicts a military. What type of unit is currently advancing? That would be armored. Because the E is the engineer, the infantry is the X, so the command has to be the single line. This should be the right answer, yep. This is indeed brutal. All statements all purport to be true except one. Abilities change based on quartz. Allow RCs without. Orbital energy recovers over time. Allow arts without quartz. I mean, depends if they include master quartz. The master quartz allow usage, but it still might be considered a quartz. That's definitely true. I believe they do synchronize with their user. Damn it! I'm doing bad on this thing. Crap baskets. These are stuff I didn't study. They weren't even in the cutscenes. Come on now. Following laws enacted last year which came into Heimdall first. Yeah. I only remember that because I reviewed the mandatory reading in the library. CPR. Alright. Put these stages in the correct order. Check if the person is breathing. I believe it would be D. Oh, well, no, it'd be check if the person is conscious. Call for help. Yeah. Yes. I know that only because I happened to be a lifeguard many years ago. Congratulations on making it through 4 days of exams. And what do you know? It looked like the rain ended along with them. Figured the goddess way of rewarding you all for your hard work. I don't think that's the reason we stand up to scrutiny. Whew, I'm totally spent. It's over. You really worked hard, Fee. Whew. Anyway, today's a free day, so take the chance to unwind and blow off all that pent-up exam stress. I'll post results next Monday, so take it easy until then. Don't relax too much, because you've got your next practical exam next Wednesday afternoon, too. I was intensely studying. I'd rather completely forgotten about that. You should stand to be a little more considerate with the timing of your announcement. So next Monday is when we'll know when we're going for our next field study? Yep, you'll all be shipping out that weekend for another exotic trip. Anyway, make the most of tomorrow, everyone. You've earned at least one day off. I guess I should probably attend the club practice once in a while. Oh, and one more thing. I've got some business to take care of out of town after we're done here. I won't be back until tomorrow night, so don't, burn the dorm down or anything while I'm gone. You're gonna leave teenagers unsupervised? Come on, Sarah. What in the actual hell? Oh. Music change.
Now that the exams are over, I feel free as a bird. And I'll keep on soaring, at least until the results come back.
Yeah, I bombed.
I sympathize, but personally, I've got a good feeling about these. How about you, Emma? How do you think you did?
Well, I don't think I did too badly, all things considered.
Just stop before you embarrass yourself.
We'll just have to wait and see what next week's results look like. Anyway, what do you think that was all about with Instructor Sarah?
Oh, you mean that whole thing about going out of town to meet someone?
That's the juicy stuff she wants to know about.
Going out of town? Won't be back until tomorrow night? It's almost as if...
She's going to meet her secret lover?
Impossible. The
What?
Empire hasn't yet turned out a man desperate enough to woo that alcoholic typhoon.
You have a point. I can't deny she's got the looks to snare a man, but that personality and lifestyle.
You guys are terrible. Totally agreed, though.
Ouch. Not surprised to hear that from you, though, Reen. She always seems to dump the most work on you.
Will you be helping the student council again tomorrow?
That's the plan. Heck, I'm almost looking forward to being the student council's errand boy after holding up studying for so long.
Perhaps so.
Oh, please let us know if you plan on exploring the old schoolhouse.
Yeah,
Oh, true.
I'd be glad to lend a hand this time.
Thanks. Better watch out, though. I might take you up on that offer.
Ooh, looks like we're all up for a little exploration this time. Come to think of it, where did Gaius run off to? He mentioned the
true.
principal wanted to have a word with them. You think he went there?
Oh, yeah. Wonder what that was about.
I hope he hasn't gotten into trouble. I mean, I doubt he would.
I have no idea. He and Laura left early too. I was kind of hoping we could all walk back to the dorm together for once. That sounds nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Even Elliot caught
so,
on.
this might just be my imagination, but do those two seem kind of awkward around each other to anyone else?
Really?
So you think so too? Seems like it started around the beginning of the month. Wonder if something happened then. It's like they've been avoiding
Me
each other
too.
ever since.
You say that, but I did not take either as the type to dwell on petty issues or misunderstandings.
Neither did I. We've been trying to suss out what the problem between them is, but so far, no luck.
I wonder if that's what that was all about.
Way to
Did
play
you
the
see
pronoun
something,
game.
Marcus?
What happened?
Well, do you remember the day we gave our group reports on what happened during last month's field study? We gave a truthful account, including the part where Fee used an explosive to blast open the door to my cell.
Yeah?
That's when we found out that Fee used to be in a Jaeger Corps. That really threw me for a loop, but what does that have to do with Laura?
Well, when that came up, I couldn't help but notice Laura had a rather unpleasant expression. It
Oh,
flashed across her face for only a moment, though, so I wondered if I had just imagined
not bad, Marcus.
But even if
Even
we
we
assume
missed
that's
it.
true, what reason would she have to be upset?
it. I can hardly hazard a guess.
We all have certain things we'd rather keep to ourselves. We even have a member of this very class who remains tight-lipped about her own family. After
Not
all.
naming names. Elisa.
Do you really have to drag me into this?
Yeah,
My
obviously.
apologies. I meant no offense. I do have my suspicions as to your lineage, however.
Eustace knows something.
Ugh, you. Now, getting angry won't accomplish anything.
Don't worry. We're not going to twist your arm into telling us. When you're ready to talk about it, we'll be ready to listen.
It's not like I'm trying to make a big deal out of it or anything.
You sound like
It's
Green.
just, if everyone knew, it'd make things awkward between us, and I don't want that. Welcome back, my lady.
And busted.
What? Sharon? It's so delightful to see you again.
Oh, hey. It's that maid I ran into the other day.
You know her?
What are you doing here? She didn't. Mother didn't. But of course, I was sent here at the behest of the chairman herself. Starting today, I will be assuming the position of caretaker for Class 7's dormitory.
Well then.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, everyone. My name is Sharon Kruger. I am a servant in the employ of the Rhineford household, Lady Elisa's family.
And bombshell.
I will do all I can to be of service to you, so please keep me informed of anything you might need.
Oops. Beyond the railways. Huh. Cool.
Whoa!
It's quite a feast.
Simply spectacular. Just how many different types of food are there here?
This looks more than edible.
Be
I
nice,
believe
please.
this is what they call an imperial breakfast.
That's right, Emma. It's a traditional Erebonian style of breakfast. I must apologize. It's taken me some time to familiarize myself with this kitchen, so my cooking has been a bit lackluster.
Listen, anyone who knows that students don't cook for themselves, they eat whatever they can get their hands on. It's not fancy, and it's usually not enough for that matter.
Come now, Sharon. Your skill is something to be praised. This is far more colorful and varied than the breakfast served in my own home.
See, there
I
you
would
go.
compare this spread favorably with the breakfast served in the Duke's household.
I'm honored that you think so. I've also brewed both tea and coffee if anyone would like some.
I get the feeling Elisa is less than impressed with the meal.
It's not that.
It sounds like they had a big argument yesterday.
It's because her mom is snooping.
Not a chance! I thought I'd finally gotten away from her. I'm not going to let her have her way this time.
My lady, please. I truly don't believe the chairman sent me to keep an eye on you like that. She simply sent me so that her beloved daughter might have fewer inconveniences in her daily life.
I
Yeah,
can
sure.
take perfectly good care of myself. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh. Sure. We'll go with that.
Oh, fine. I'll take this up with her myself then.
Do it, you won't.
Is she in the office at corporate today, or is she out on inspection or something?
I believe she'll be dining with the Ministry of Railways president in the capital today. After that, she'll be continuing her inspection tour, so she won't be back in Ruhr for another 5 days.
Wow.
Does she ever slow down? I'm surprised she doesn't burn through a pair of shoes a week. Anyway, I'm not going to take this lying down. She's stuck her nose into things one too many times.
Yikes.
I can't believe that R actually stood for Elisa Rhineford. And from the sound of it, her mother's the company chairman, too.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that Elisa's mom is basically in charge of the continent's biggest industrial company. Her family's probably got more money than most of the aristocracy. I can see
Probably
why
true.
she'd want to keep her family under wraps, what with all the nobles here.
Anyway, I object to everything about this. Considering how busy Mother is, I'm sure she needs your assistance far more than I do.
I knew it. You're really concerned about her, aren't you? The way you two care so much for each other deep down is one of the reasons I'm so proud to serve you.
That's preposterous.
Oh, my lady, I almost forgot to mention that I made plenty of your favorite apricot jam. Would you like me to spread some on your toast?
Ooh, really?
Aw, that's adorable.
Stop treating me like a child. Though yes, I would like some jam.
It's almost heartwarming to watch.
Looks like Sharon's got her number.
Yep, well, typically butlers and maids tend to stay with the family for quite some time, so I imagine that she's been on the Ryford employ for majority of, at least, of childhood. But beginning the day with the peerless breakfast, Class 7 got to their daily routine, and Rain went to check on the student council tasks. Alright. The old schoolhouse, obviously. Going to be Orbital. We're testing the Orbital bike near Trista. You're curious? Talk to George and Angelica. I'm in need of aid. Some fair maiden has sent me several messages proclaiming her love. Who could blame her? I simply must know who she is, so with some kind soul help me find her. A request from George and Angelica. It's about the Orbital bike, too. Wonder what they need my help with. Looks like I'll have to swing by the engineering club before I can hit the old schoolhouse. Well, this is the first sun I've seen in days, so I might as well make the most of it. Alright, let's do this. Oh, I'm in town. Still without money. How do I not have any money? Jeez. Oh, right, like the dorm. Duh. Stupid of me. I am shocked by the complete lack of funds. Stop change party order. I was wondering what that button was. We're gonna head up the bike. I think I'm getting close to the halfway mark though, because I remember doing the bike test later on in the game. But that can't be, because there's still a lot of the character developments and plot twists and what have you. Oh, she's not here. Is she inside? So she is. Hello? Hey there, Reen. Thanks for stopping by. I asked where Elisa and Laura are? A few lovely flowers would do wonders to brighten up this dreary old building. Well, let's not make Green's life even harder than it already is. Sorry, I probably shouldn't think out loud. I still haven't talked to Angelica much, but she's definitely an interesting one. That aside, your request was for me to assist in testing the Orbital bike, wasn't it? So what will I be doing? Oh, please. Good to hear you making those vroom noises before you even step through the door. I was not. But wait, does that mean... Yep, I want you to ride the Orbital bike. Me? I can't deny I wanted this to be, but I never expected it to actually happen. I'll give you all the juicy details when we're actually ready to test. If you're always stuck, however, we want to make sure you have the time. So how about it? You ready to ride? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's ride. Good answer. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the bike. Everything you see here is something that Angie asked me to build for, and because of that, the bike's been fine-tuned to meet her specific needs. In a nutshell, it's all Angie. The engine, the brakes, even the handlebars. I see. As you might expect, she and that bike are practically symbiotic. When she's on it, she's a sight to behold. I mean, you could argue she's a sight to behold regardless, but because we've tuned it specifically to her, it's become a little too tough for anyone else to handle. Think of her as an unruly horse. With no denying she's a fine bike, but she doesn't play nice with strangers. Right. I'm really hoping I make it through this alive. Don't fear him now, Angie. Crow's written it just fine. But I suppose you've been working on this bike since we started, too. Compared to him, you're a complete beginner. Which is great. You'll have a more objective opinion after you ride. Guess it makes sense why you asked me then. Feeling a little nervous, are we? Let's head over to the highway. So what are Toa and Crow doing here? Angie and George told us you'd be doing this, so I came along to show support and take some time off work. My reason isn't quite as sweet as little Toa's here. Like I said before, this bike's at least partially my baby. Think of me as an overprotective father, making sure you don't mess up and hurt my girl when I take you to court, or when I take you out. Thanks. Crow, don't make them any more nervous. Don't worry, Reen. Just ignore everything this guy says. I do, and it's worked out great for me. We can rebuild the bike, so stay focused on keeping yourself safe. Alright, thanks. Do you have much experience riding horses? Actually, yeah. You shouldn't have any trouble then. She's a whole different beast, but the basics of riding are the same. So have fun. Thanks, Angelica. That helps. I won't let you down. Okay, then that should be just about everything you need to know. I think I get it now. The only things you want me to do are starting up the bike, shifting gears, and coming to a stop, correct? That's right. We want to see how you handle everything. Let me give you a few pointers. You might not really get them until you're on the bike proper, though. Hit me. First of all, you can't ride if you can't get moving, so let's talk about how to get started. Starting the engine is simple enough, but how smoothly you ride off will depend on how well you can operate the bike's clutch. Once you shift into first gear, open the throttle and slowly and steadily release the clutch. Release the clutch slowly and steadily. Okay, I'll try not to forget. Next is switching gears. Before switching gears, make sure to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly. Once you shift gears, release the clutch slowly and steadily, just like when you start her up. I can do that. The last thing you need to worry about is stopping the bike, which you probably want to know how to do. When you slow down, release the throttle and apply the brakes to both wheels front and back. You're going to want to give each one different amounts of pressure though. Apply brakes strongly to the front and lightly to the back. That should bring you to a smooth stop. Strongly to the front. Strongly to the front and lightly to the back. It's a lot to remember, but I think I can do this. That's the way. It's all about learning through experience and getting used to riding on the fly anyway. So what do you say? Ready to go? You bet. Alright, I'm toast, but we're gonna do this anyway. Alright then, first thing is starting up the engine. Wow, this is pretty intense. Kinda reminds me of how I felt when I first rode a horse. Right, let's push those nerves to the side and get going. So I pull the clutch lever, shift the first gear, twist the throttle, and now that I've done that, all I need to do is let go of the clutch and I'll be moving. Angelica told me how to do this. What did she say exactly? Slowly and steadily. Now we're talking. This is great. There he goes. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets back. He's gonna love it. Hopefully. He seems to enjoy it. Alright, and then I believe it's... Wow, this feels amazing. Amazing how stable and smooth the ride is too, considering how heavy it is. I'm used to the speed. Let's try switching gears. Right. We need to roll off the throttle, pull the clutch, change gears, and release. Jacko told me to handle the clutch in a specific way. What was it again? Pull in... Alright. Pull in quickly. Alright, I need to pull the clutch quickly and firmly to change gears. That I need to release the clutch slowly but steadily. Did I get it? Alright, I got it. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, now I'm kind of making up for the failed test. Going this fast really does feel great. I get why Angelica loves it so much. While the fun's gotta come to an end eventually, it's probably about time to stop. Obviously I need to hit the brakes, but how much pressure do I put on them? Strongly on front and lightly in the back. Pretty sure Angelica said strong on the front brakes and lightly on the rear brakes. That's almost exactly where I expected to, so I guess I did it right. This is incredible, though. Feels like I'm still riding a wall even though I've come to a stop. But I guess I've got to snap out of it eventually. Things are waiting for me. I better head back now. Welcome back, Reem. Well, how was it? I'm amazed to say the least. The sheer speed, beams of vibration, the feeling of the wind as you ride along. Never experienced anything like it. No amount of horse riding could even prepare me for this. Just, wow. Guess you've got some potential. Look at this guy. He tried to act all calm and composed, but his face was just screaming, let me go out back out and ride. Plain as day. Seemed like you handled it really well too, based on your report. I have to admit, I didn't expect these kind of results out of you. Pretty unwieldy machine. It's even more impressive considering it's his first ride with her too. Nice to know I could have a worthy rival waiting in the wings. Not everyone can get that much praise out of Angie. You should pat yourself on the back. It's a real honor. Now we need to hear some more detailed impressions of each phase. But let's do that back in the engineering building. Good plan. Aw, we're having so much fun with this. Maybe too much. Shut the crow. Grr. Thanks, Reem. The info you gave me should come in handy. Glad I could help. At least she'll be much more stable ride from now on. Be sure to tell Lisa's mother about everything we learned today if they end up mass-producing orbital bites. Lisa's mother is the chairman of the Reinford group, isn't she? I didn't know you were familiar with each other. The Rogner and Reinford families share a good relationship, actually. Oh yeah, they're both big names in railroad, aren't they? Yeah, Angie's dad is one of the group's biggest shareholders too. Wow, they are pretty close. Well, now you know. Lisa's mother provides the engine and a number of other parts for the bike too. So that's how you got your hands on everything. That's right. Whether or not Reinford will actually mass-produce the bike is an entirely different matter. Their biggest goal is to turn a profit, so the only way it's happening is if we can show them it would make money. Which is why we're currently trying to make it into something that the masses can handle. And today, you are a big help in getting close to that goal. Wow, how did you see that happen? Looks like you get it. I guess my first impressions of you were right on the mark. Oh, I haven't properly thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for helping us today. Here's a little token of my thanks. Dragonbane. Ooh, are you sure about this? Seems like a really valuable course. Of course. I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use. Well then, Rin, thanks a lot for your help today. I'd like it if you could help us out next time we need a hand too. I'll cancel my plans as soon as you ask. Alright, I believe that was a required. Old schoolhouse, of course. Student Union Building. Oh, and I have bond points. Good. With pretty much everybody also. No, I need books, quest. Behind the storage building. Where is the storage? Excuse me, is it Academy Field? There we go. Excuse me, your name is Vincent by any chance? Indeed it is. Standing before you is a nobleman overflowing with love and pathos. The one, the only. Vincent Floral. I presume that you are the Cupid that I asked the student council to send me. He's quite the character. He does seem to like himself. That's what I'm going to expect from Class 1. I'm no Cupid, but I'm here on behalf of the student council, yes. Haha, you may still well serve my purposes. Allow me to congratulate you on making your way here. So based on your request and my new nickname, I assume you want me to find someone for you? Yes, something along those lines. You have some time to spare. If so, I shall begin explaining the particulars of my request. Let's hear it. Please elaborate on your request. A fine answer indeed. Although before we continue... Sephiroth is currently nowhere to be seen. Now that I think about it, this is a kind of unusual meeting place. We're hoping this request quiet? Not exactly. I was merely hoping to avoid things getting meddled in. My father sent Saritha to the academy to keep an eye on me. As you can imagine, her watchfulness can occasionally be rather constraining. Huh. Well, that is apart from the meat of the matter. To be blunt, I received not one, not two, but 3 passionate love letters of late, all from a single writer. Curiously, however, the writer in question signs with naught but a nom de plume. I would request of you, my fine fellow, is to find out just what a lovely lady is responsible for these. That's reasonable, but are you sure it's appropriate for me to try and find her? These are anonymous after all. Do take a moment to think it over. The fact that she chose to use a pen name rather than remaining completely anonymous is proof of a pining, hopeful heart. In fact, I'm absolutely certain that she wishes for me to find her. I suppose I'll have to trust your judgment on this one. What's more, she sent cookies along with her 3rd letter. I would hardly be worthy of the floral name if I did not properly thank her, would I? Yeah, I don't think I could stop you at this point if I tried. Do you have any additional information that would help me pinpoint exactly who we're looking for? I do indeed. The first hint is that she is a first year. As a man well versed in the feelings of beautiful women, I was able to deduce this from the respectful tone of her letters. Additionally, the fact that she attached a pressed grand rose at the end of each letter may serve as a hint as well. What exactly is a grand rose? Oh, heaven forbid. You're telling me you've never heard of a grand rose? I'm ashamed to say I don't. Shame is the only proper response for such a gaunt misstep. The grand rose is a magnificent crimson rose of a universal symbol of passionate romance. What's more, it's often associated with confessing one's love for another. Sounds like the perfect flower for a love letter, then. Quite. Which brings us to why this is a hint. The only way to obtain a grand rose in Twister is to purchase it from the town florist. So if we ask the florist who's purchased one, precisely, we will find to discover just which shy maiden has sent these letters to me. Would you take this task on for me then? As long as you don't mind me sticking to the plan we just discussed, I don't see why not. I'm truly indebted to you. Based on her pseudonym and her use of the grand rose, I can only imagine Our Lady is the very model of grace. Now that you mention it, what was the name she used? Oh, it seems I neglected to mention that very important detail. She called herself the Grand Maiden, a nickname taken from the daughter of a baron who married into the imperial family long ago. The emperor at the time was so smitten that he gave her countless numbers of grand roses, and so came the moniker. I see. Can't say I've heard that story before, but it's interesting. But this is no time to stand around thinking about it. I'll head over to the flower shop right away. Very well. I'll leave this matter in your clearly capable hands. Okay, so we gotta go back to town. Wait, no, that's part of the main building. Herpader. Just keep dashing, just keep dashing. What do? We dash. Dash on! Alright, back into the main plaza area. Hello, florist.